watching CIOTV by Enterprise IT World, a production of Accent Info Media.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do join me to welcome for the introductory session by Mr. Chandra Pandey from Seceon. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to welcome him on stage.
So definitely I'm not planning to take a lot of time. So what we are going to do is a little bit introduction about the Seceon, and then we'll just play a video. As far as the Seceon is concerned, I started this company almost 9 years back. And my goal was very simple, that we want to create a real cybersecurity platform, because many of the experts over here in the room know that if you can put best of the breed, you can spend billions of dollars and still you cannot protect yourself. There are companies who spend billions of dollars and they get breached, and then they hear about that from the government organization or from somebody looking into the dark web and say, hey, your data is out there. So from the day one, we wanted to create a cybersecurity platform, look into all the layers. If you look into the OSI layer, from the layer 2 to layer 7, as well as every activities. It's not that, I have to have this solution, that solution. So we wanted to make sure everything could look into the single context with the situational awareness, so you don't need the army of the people to take actions on the threats you are detecting, and also able to eliminate, contain the threat automatically. 9 years back, those API did not exist, which you talk about in the SOAR and playbook, so we had to write the script. Later on, now API comes in, we have already done that. Definitely, we have around more than 8,400 customers around the globe. We work with the partner. Seceon does not offer the cybersecurity services. My partners take the platform, and then what they do is they go in, we work in hand with them because we become part of their team, and they provide the services. So some of my partners have more than 600 customers, some have 1,000 customers, some might be just getting started, they have few customers on the platform. Definitely from the awards and all that, it's like what we do, what we started 9 years back. If you look into any cybersecurity vendor, today they talk about that is you have to have a platform to do the problem. Solving the cybersecurity problem. The biggest challenge you have is now if you go and say, okay, I will take 10 different products and do the API-based integration to say I got a platform, that is not a platform. That is something you are trying to kludge together. And when you try to kludge together, your solution is as good as common minimum denominator. So you are looking at context of 3 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day, not looking into since you have been in the environment. That's what we do. So what we do is, just to give you an idea, we do not do cyber hygiene. Cyber hygiene is where you hear about GTNA, your web gateway, email gateway, your proxy, your firewall, SASE, identities and all that. But beyond that, monitoring everything. We take a telemetry from those to create a closed loop, but everything else you can imagine what need to be done, even some of the name might not have been given, they will be given later on. We always do all of those because our goal from the day one was that, hey, proactively detect the threat into early steps and stages and eliminate it. One of the things I do want to point out, you keep on hearing a lot of time that, hey, you have to be, as a protector, you have to be good all the time. And the defense side, attacker has to be right at only one time. That is good for the hygiene product. But that is not relevant when you are doing the detection. Because in the detection, if you look into the MITRE ATT&CK framework, if you get even up to 5 stages, if you detect it and kill it, nothing has happened, you have closed the door and you have secure organization, and even those attackers will find hard time to come and kind of attack your organization. So that's what we do. We kill that threats, which might have gone through few stages as well because the compromise have happened outside. We not let it progress. That's what we do. With that, one of the things I do want to point out, you will see a lot of those cybersecurity, like, oh, I'm doing cloud security, this. All of these things you get out of the single platform. You do not have to go and buy all those products. If you go and buy all those products, best of the breed, try to make it work together in the common context, you can't do it. And you will get breached, and you don't know what to do. Here, looking into all that into single context, Platform take either auto actions, or you can do a playbook action, or you can just send out that, hey, this is the action need to be done. So you have that capability. This is what the platform looks like. There were some people who were talking about that we have 800 plus connector, we take all the telemetry. One thing I do want to share that from our point of view, we do not care about how much telemetry you bring in. We want all the telemetry to the there because one thing is log is as good as after the fact. So we always take your flow data as well. And the flow data, we do the sampling. So every either film 500 millisecond or 2 seconds, we know. So no exfiltrations will go unnoticed. And that is what the platform does. With that, it's like this picture shows is exactly what the platform does it. And as I mentioned, it's like there are more than 600 partners for us around the globe. And what they do is they take the platform and then onboard the customer. One of the key things which we started with, that we want to develop a platform which is going to make comprehensive cyber security affordable for a company of 2 people to all the way company of 450,000 people. So just to give you an idea, we have some companies which might be 2 people, 3 people. My partner have onboarded them. They probably pay only is like a cup of the coffee for a month to those companies. And then we have like customers who have 452,000 people on the platform as well. So that's what we have done with the platform. One thing I do want to point out that I just want to have them play a 3 minutes video. So just to give you guys an idea what exactly happens in the platform. And then after that, we are all set and done, guys. So you guys can really start receiving your rewards.
Meet Seceon, the only AI ML-powered SIM and XDR platform that reduces cyber threat risks 24/7 without the need for a large team of security analysts with eyes on glass. If you're like many of the organizations we speak with, you have challenges such as slow mean time to detection, a growing list of attack surfaces, auditors from insurance companies and regulators demanding evidence of SIM-centered security processes, being short-staffed with limited ability to find more security pros. Seceon is different, starting with what and how we ingest telemetry. Seceon can ingest everything, from network flows, from data centers, offices, clouds, to logs from endpoints and security applications, even Active Directory, all without big costs and complex deployments. We do this simply with a few collectors in key locations. Then, in real time, your team will benefit from continuous threat analysis when Seceon's platform combines global threat intelligence feeds and vulnerability analysis with machine learning to detect threats and keep false positives at a minimum. It's all done in real time, by the billions per day. You'll get access to powerful detection techniques like anomaly detection, user entity behavior analysis. Seceon is continuously analyzing billions of events to surface the few actionable and meaningful alerts. Plus, Seceon provides detection transparency your teams will crave. Your administrators and analysts will see why and when an incident was created. They will get all the context and situational awareness they need. In fact, many of our partners tell us about how their teams learn about attack types and techniques from our transparent detections and our MITRE attack detail screens. The result is 24/7 proactive detection. But wait, it gets better. Your team will benefit from Seceon's powerful AI-powered smart threat incident response automation. From blocking ports to quarantining endpoints to alerting an analyst, this can all be automated or manually driven by your team. Seceon also includes templates for response playbooks that your teams can also create their own. Once they are created, it's set and forget, 24/7 detection and response without dozens of eyes on glass. We've just briefly shown you how Seceon ingests everything, uses AI and ML to detect and respond to threats 24/7. Seceon is more powerful than having dozens of eyes on glass searching through a SIM. Seceon's AI never blinks. Read what Logically an MSSP has to say about Seceon. Advisory. Why wait? Benefit like thousands of organizations that are reducing risk 24/7 without a giant security stack and an army of eyes on glass. Schedule a call today and get your own personalized, engineer-led demo.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot. One thing I do wanted to, just a second, one thing I wanted to repeat from that, when we detect something, we make it complete transparent so you can see what is the region behind it. And then you have a control over it. Sometimes you want to say, oh, this is I allowed it today and all that in there. So you can also take actions on those ones that, hey, this is allowed, don't be kind of like, give me alerts and all that in there. So you have that transparency, one thing you heard in the video. And that is the region, because we have partners who keeps on growing. We start with them, we become part of their team, and we empower them to provide that comprehensive cybersecurity to customers of any size around the globe. Currently, our 60% customers come from the US, and the rest 40% come from the rest of the world. But that kind of like, our customer base grows pretty fast in there, because once partner is there, they onboard hundreds of customers. So that's what we do. Thank you, everyone.